I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have a look at what the crypto market is up to today, and specifically the Launchpad and crypto gaming tokens. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin first. 39, it just literally hit 39. All right, I hit that once more today. So this is the last 24 hours, quite stable, but we do see a little bit of a upward trend, right? So where we were stuck at, I don't want to take the entire dump, but we do see a small linear upward trend. I'm in no way or form a Bitcoin analyst, nor do I know anything about technical analysis, but this at least shows some quite potential in the market. So we see 39K on Bitcoin, which brings Ethereum to 2,800. So we do have seen a rush on the actual NFTs because of the low price of Ethereum. This might become less. We'll have to check it out what it does. But you do see a very similar pattern. You see that little dip here, you see that little dip here. And it's like in a linear upward trend. If we go to the monthly basis, again, cut the graph, you see this as well. So everything is looking quite good right now. What is going to do in the long term, I wouldn't be able to project it. I'm just going to cover what is happening today and what we're actually looking at today, right? So what we can see is we see a lot of green. The only thing that is not green is here the USD C stable coin, right? Tether over the 1 week, but these are very minor, right? Which is normal when the market goes up. Terra Luna still on quite a big hit, still recovering from that huge drop that it made, and everything else pretty much general in the green, right? We're not looking at huge numbers here. We're looking between 1 and 5%, but for the top 100 coins, it's something Mina on like 11%. It's something we haven't seen in a while, right? Which is quite nice to see some stabilization in the market. For me, specifically interesting out of the top 100 is Mana Decentraland. Got in at 250-ish, so at about a 10% return already, and you can see definitely that upward climb. However, can we maintain this? Will there be a little bit of a drop? That is definitely the question. Now, when everything looks well with Bitcoin and Ethereum, we obviously go into our categories, which we like the most, which is, first of all, crypto gaming. So we're heading over to the gaming section to have a look at what the gaming tokens are actually up to. Where we see the last 7 days yesterday, we saw a 40-45% increase. Now that's becoming significantly less because the growth spurt happened 7 days ago. As of the last 7 days, the market is in slight recovery of that big correction. Again, the opportunities stay present. There's no huge gainers except Vulcan. So obviously my $10 entry there appears to be quite fruitful, specifically in the last 2 hours or so, when it's basically made almost a 40% return so far. So quite happy with that. Gala, on the other hand, is not moving fast at all, is moving at a real slow pace. But Vulcan, of course, appears to be a good choice. One other big mover here is still the games. So definitely the gaming, guild gaming is interesting. And UFO today, after their small rebranding, which we discussed yesterday, is making significant moves. In other news, we got Crabada, which I also addressed yesterday. It already made a huge run, is still going on for the rally. One of the main core components specifically for Crabada is their current play-to-earn model on the Avalanche blockchain, right? So they have quite some adaptation in the ways that you can earn from this actual game, and the implementation there is going really well, which is generating them mass adoption. So if we actually go back 1 second, look back at the 1 month chart, right? So it basically doubled, right? So you can take the market cap, went from 60K to 120K, right? But it did come from a huge high, right? So here it's almost on it's already over a 3x. So it was at 40 million in the lowest period, and that has made a huge run. But definitely the November gaming bull run, it shows significant potential. But you can see that this is one of the coins that has already made a stupid high recovery as being one of the current leaders. So definitely keep your eye on Crabada, at least for analysis purposes, because I think you've missed the train here already. where things like Veracity, for example, could still pull something like this off, right? Mines has been quite quiet. Aurora, nothing much happening, right? D-Race, very disappointed in the recovery of D-Race. I had a lot of potential there. I thought there was a lot of potential, but that just proves that I really don't know much about what I'm doing, right? Although I appreciate you guys always watching, trying to make sense out of my craziness. All right, let me pull up some coins you guys requested. So Soul Chicks, obviously a big disaster, very much below IDO price, half, so 2.5 would be half IDO. This project is basically going into silent death, right? When we look at their actually NFTs, there's basically nothing left of that NFT series. So the floor price is 4 Solana. 2.5 months ago was 40 Solana. So you can definitely mention what has happened here, or at least think about what has happened here. Is there a recovery possible? In my opinion, no. This project is dying, right? I've discussed it many times. So no need to ask me again. Soul Chicks on the 13th of the month, whenever the vesting happens, is going to go down more. Right, when we look at other projects that I've been looking at, for example, Affin, it's been doing ridiculous, right? So definitely there has been some reporting issue, so it has been stable. Somebody already mentioned this to me. However, I can go to the actual PooCoin chart and maybe see something else there when I pull up the Matic chain specifically. Let me check Affin 148, right? So it's stuck at 169, but it has been on a little decline since, right? There was like a little bit of sell-off here. 168 was actually the point that the sell-off happened. It went to 125, but there's a recovery already. Still holding about above a 10x of the actual IDO price. I do think that when the vesting is released in about 6 days from now, 1.4 billion market cap is ridiculously overvalued, right? So it needs to come down a little bit. I know that's not what we all want to hear, but that is the honest truth, according to my opinion. Having a look at LooksRare, making amazing steps, right? 550, just reaching new highs. Obviously, that Bitcoin trend is pushing forward. However, when we take into consideration that actual APR, really high right now, 658, with LooksRare being 550, this is a bubblish gold mine, right? And why I say bubblish is definitely because the rewards being handed out are heavily supported by wash trading. They have a disclaimer about the wash trades, but they cannot really do much about it because of the foundation. Unless the APR is halved, which is coming up soon, these problems will become less significant. However, that's why I think that the fully diluted market cap of 5.5 billion for a project that's still quite new. Yes, it's battling with Opensea. Yes, it's doing extremely well. However, the reported metrics are not always as accurate. Doesn't mean I don't like LooksRare. I do keep my eye on it every single day, so I must have some sort of interest. I just think the risk-reward ratio to stake high amounts of money, because I would have to put down 50 to 100K in order to get the kind of rewards that I want, which I think the risk exposure is too high. This type of APR is dangerous, right? Because this goes into the, I think, 10,000% APY. There's something to it which I can't really figure out, which means that I don't like it, right? Sometimes if it's too good to be true, I'll let other people make the money, right? If they can make money on it, I'll let them be. AnyPad at 2.4 cent, not moving as per usual. There will be big updates on AnyPad soon, coming mid-February. The website will be updated. There will be some changes. I looked at MagicCraft, not doing anything. So basically somebody requested on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, it's @itsdigits, where you can basically follow me. I talk a lot of shit all throughout the day. But basically last 7 days, last month, basically since I last covered it, which was right here before it went pumped, it hasn't done anything. So we're just basically waiting for the big announcement, waiting for the next bull run, and this one will be pulled into it, but it will not do anything on its own until that happens. Firestarter Flame token, 55 cents, being very stable. As you can see, it's not really moving at all. Specifically, you see that right here. No movement whatsoever between 55 and 57 continuously. All right, now we go back. Now we go back because we looked at the gaming, but obviously one of the most important things for us is Launchpads. And the Launchpads are right here. So Superfarm, which I told you was building up momentum, they're going to make some big releases soon. 14% just today, so it's quite a big move. I did say it was undervalued. UFO Gaming, we already discussed. These two are not really Launchpads. They will include Launchpad features later on. That's why they're in this category. Bluezilla, Launchpad's not making a strong recovery yet, right? At least they're in the green, no longer in the red, but definitely to some big hits. So Adapad is recovering hard. BSC Spad is not. GameFi, not really. Let me see. Oh, GameZone actually is the one. Also not huge. This one is making a good recovery. PulsePad is making a decent recovery. ETHPad. So they're all PhyllisPad. Yeah, they're all making a decent recovery there, except basically BSC, the pad, the biggest one, still needs to really put in some work to get the recovery there. Impossible Decentralized Incubator Access. All right, I haven't heard about it, but it's pumping, so that's quite nice. And Paid Network is doing really, really well lately. Got my focus as well. Not something to check out every single day, but if I would have some time, some free time, maybe on the weekend or in the evenings, I might just dig out one of these Launchpads one at a time to really examine the opportunities that are present. Fee Launch, I don't fuck with that at all. I think it's bullshit. Way too overhyped, way too overvalued for what it actually is. It's looking at 1.1 billion fully diluted market cap. That's a fucking joke. And got people staking that shit for 5 years. In 5 years from now, it's unlikely that the Launchpads would have the same functionality as they have right now. Meta VPAD, strong gain today. Very nice, because that's the only one that I have out of the Bluezilla Launchpads. 33% decline across 7 days was kind of sad. But a 24% increase in 1 day, that's obviously good. So that's the only one I'm holding, actually. What else we have? Okay, so we got some of the meme projects there. These are like the super small ones. Nothing otherwise that too interesting. There's nothing really for sale or anything you want to jump on. It's just all the tokens are pretty much following the Bitcoin pattern and making small gains, right? Not super interesting. When we go into the metaverse, same shit. Most of them are either gaming related and or support systems for metaverse projects. I have been looking at MetaHero. I have been looking at that for quite a while, but it's just been declining, ever declining. It's not doing that much, right? So I got in once at 5 cents. That was like, I think 6 months ago. Right now it's on 5 cents again, right? So I got in here. Then it made quite a run. I did sell quite quickly at 15, I think. I sold somewhere here. And then it reached 25, but it has been on a massive decline. Although the system is good, and they have listed Everdome, right, recently. So that's quite interesting. Other than that, the pattern is the same, right? Two other interesting movers are basically, I think Everdome is listed yet. Nope. FTX, the exchange, right? So let's go to the FTX. Had a huge announcement that it basically raised additional funding, I think 400 million, making it one of the highest valued exchanges at about 26 billion, I believe. And the Phantom Wallet from Solana raised another venture capital round, increasing the valuation to 1.2 billion, which are basically major steps in this actual space. Where crypto, the market might be stabilizing, might be volatile still, right? Let's have a look at the Fear and Greed Index. I think it should be looking quite a bit better today. 26, not a lot better, but at least it's going into the more pastel colors, not dark red, right? It's a little orange, and we should be going here for some more strength, less emotional volatility, right? So that's all looking quite good. We're heading in the right direction. Nothing much to say other than that. I do have good news. So 25, how many we have? Still 25. the pre-sale of my first NFT series, Digits Club, which is a premium community in my Discord, which is also called Digits Club, which you can join through the link in the description down below. The NFTs are now being minted. There are none for sale, so everybody that's minting them is keeping theirs. There will be a whitelist opportunity soon, so make sure to join the Discord if you're interested in that. But it's definitely quite cool. So you can see this is what the NFT looks like. It's a private community. You can check out the website as well. Do not get scammed by fake website or people DMing you, because I will never DM you. But on to the actual rankings of the NFTs we go, because there has been interesting news. So if we look at Azuki, which is not something that I'm a fan of, I just like to watch the trend of these floor prices, right? So the actual floor was like, well, this is like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. It was like 8 Ethereum, right? When we go back, it was like 2 Ethereum 2 weeks ago. So there has been a extreme amount of hype. You can see one selling for 88 Ethereum 17 minutes ago, right? 31.17. It's like absolutely mad. These more anime style NFTs are getting a lot of attention right now, which is, well, I mean, quite interesting. I'm not into it. I don't like it, but I just want to understand why other people like it and why the value is there. Bored Apes reaching a very high 117, Mutant aligned. So this was, I think, like 118 this morning and 25. So again, the last 24 hours has taken a little bit of a hit. But I mean, 22.99 compared to 2 months ago, they were like 5.7 Ethereum. So that's huge. All these other ones I'm not really following. I followed the Bored Ape Kennel Club when they were like 4 Ethereum, but I'm not into NFTs. I just want to see where the value is at, where the value is moving. Obviously, because I'm developing some things in the NFT space myself, and I do believe you should be aware of what's going on. And it does appear to be super interesting, all the opportunities, whatever is going on. Right, major news actually on Neo Tokyo, where basically Alex Becker announced that the guilds have been set up. I have joined the guild, and the tournament is starting, and you will be able to. So Journey Club is down to 5.2 as well. Neo Tokyo Outer Identity 7. I think there will be many sales because they made a major announcement just now. Yes, see, there are a lot of sales. Where basically, if we go to Twitter. I will go to Twitter and pull it up. Oh, here we go. The main announcement was specifically here. So if you play in the S2, which is like an outer citizen identity, which is right now 7 Ethereum is the floor price, so definitely quite pricey. It's about $19,500. I have one. I have not a common. I have a medium allocation with medium rarity, and I also have an S1 citizen, right? So that's why I keep into the loop of these updates. So if you do not have, so you can play in the tournament. We're going to play PUBG, and you're actually going to battle for your items, right? So item caches, land. And if you're finishing the bottom 50, which is the 50 lower rarity item, random, top 50 rarity, top 10 rarity, top 100, top 2 rarity, top 5 rarest, and the winner takes the rarest items. That might sound like a little joke if you take into consideration that if we look at faults, which is the part 2 of Neo Tokyo Citizens, the floor is 4 Ethereum, right? If we look at land deeds, the floor of these land deeds is basically 7 Ethereum, right? And when I say floor, I mean 7 Ethereum, but some of these are 37 Ethereum, 88, 69 Ethereum. It's crazy, right? They sell for very expensive. And then you have the item caches as well. These are a little bit cheaper, I believe. The floor is 2 Ethereum, but it goes up quite quickly. Here you have 3 Ethereum, and they go into the high E's, right? And if you play in this tournament, you basically get them for free. As it appears, you win them, and you win the highest rarity by playing the game. PUBG is what we're going to play. If you're not playing, you end up with the bottom 50. So even if you do not want to play, you can buy an outer citizen, right? identity, and then you'll get your ID. You need the items and your land to upload and fully become a Neo Tokyo citizen. right? And you would become an outer citizen, not an outer identity or a Neo Tokyo S1 citizen. You would become an S2 citizen. But at least that obviously gives perks inside the Neo Tokyo Discord, which is of tremendous value because I'm there. And you can hang out with me. And that would obviously be very cool. So those are major updates on Neo Tokyo. I have been considering buying one more outer citizen, but I already have one. So I don't want to overdo it because I'm not really into these NFTs and they appear to be quite difficult to get rid of. So I'll just hold on for now. I have one which I got for really cheap. So as soon as the outer identities came out, I think it was 2 months ago, I bought one. I was the third purchase on the secondary market. And I'm very happy that I did because I picked mine up for 5 Ethereum and I could sell it right now for 15. So there's a 10 Ethereum difference on the floor, which is basically for 2 months of holding, I think a very good return. Other than that, sometimes I look at VeeFriends, but it's not really that interesting. Basically, the market goes up in value, so Ethereum becomes more expensive. The NFTs become less feasible because if the Ethereum amount stays the same, in dollar value, it has become more expensive. Right, that's definitely something to take into consideration. I will be spending a little bit more time in the near future on Opensea and on the NFTs because of my own collection, which is digitsclub.com. But it's easiest just to go to the link in the description down below and join the Discord, right? Because we have a lot of fun there. We talk about IDO launches. Look, Bitcoin is going down a little bit, but nothing too significant, right? You see the ups and downs all the time. So the market currently more in a stabilization style. Nothing too much hot going on in the crypto IDO space. However, there's always tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe to the channel because tomorrow, again, I will bring you the hottest news in crypto gaming. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one.